Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Cricketic. This is Expertexpats, and we are live. I'm here from Berlin, Germany, and everyone else is Shoaib is from India. Anand and Gaurav are also joining us from Berlin. So, guys, welcome to the podcast. How are you feeling today? All good?
Feeling good? Excited to be here.
All right. So,
Yeah,
Anand, I wanted to know your views on the recent game, India versus New Zealand. What were your views? Tell us in short.
I think actually, to be really honest, I didn't watch the game because I couldn't get time. But obviously, I watched all the other games, and I could possibly expect what to. I could predict what to expect. I guess. Uh, I think it was just the repeat of the 2023 World Cup in some sense. That we are dominating all the games and especially bowling. And this game reminded me of the match between India and England in Lucknow, if you remember,
Mhm.
where they also scored some like 250 and we defended it. And the pitch, I think it's very similar, the pitch in Dubai and Lucknow, which is like not so batting friendly, but it's very good for spinners. And glad to see Chakravarti
Yeah,
in action.
yeah, and we were thinking at halfway stage that can they actually defend this because New Zealand has great batting lineup and very good depth, but maybe they just crumbled under the spin. We can't even say trio now. We have four people now spinning. So Gaurav, tell me about your views on the match.
yeah. Honestly, I was expecting. I mean, obviously, I wanted India to win, but I do not want them to win all the matches in the league stage and then choke in the knockouts. So I was hoping that it's better that if you lose a game in the group stage position where you're already qualified for semifinals, but please do not choke on in the finals and the semifinals. So I was praying. I shouldn't, but I was praying that this match India learns, not wins.
Yeah, I was also expecting that we'll get some hiccup. It's fine. Better to face South Africa than Australia. So lastly शोएब आप बताएं हमें कैसा लगा आपको मैच देख के और क्या आपके रिव्यूज है व्यूज है.
Yeah, actually, see, in last after 1996, I haven't seen Australia losing any final,
Hmm.
and I've seen they have been losing like many semi-finals,
Hmm.
quarter-finals. Two out of like I think one was against England in 2019. We also beat them like during Dhoni era in semi-finals and quarter-finals. And I know like psychologically it will be very difficult for New Zealand or South Africa, means New Zealand to beat Australia
Hmm.
in semi-final. So I was hoping that India win this, because if anybody can defeat Australia in semi-final, it will be India. And if we go by beating Australia, unless we become overconfident like 2023 final, there is a good chance that the other team will be psychologically at a disadvantage in the final,
Hmm.
and that becomes easy for us. So that was the main reason why I wanted, and because in final, the both the teams will have 3 4 days to play in Dubai, but in semi final it was 2 days thing, and India was there,
Hmm.
other team is traveling. So for me, like I wanted India to win, and it was really good the way we fought, because because the reason Rahul Dravid said we lost the final was that it didn't spin as much as they were expecting, but Dubai is spinning, and next match is also there. So let's see if it spins, how we gonna play against Australia.
Yeah, because before the series started, we all were thinking that taking these many spinners is it necessary or not? But eventually, it's turned out to be that spin was winning everything for us. So Anand, tell me about the team selection so far, and also team selection overall has been good for India for this Champions Trophy.
I think uh, I'm not a big fan of, to be honest, KL Rahul batting at uh, five.
Hmm.
I, I feel like he could open, but because I still don't feel so confident him being the best number five batsman, I guess,
Hmm.
in some sense. But otherwise, I think it's a very good side. I wouldn't change much.
All
at
right.
least for now, since it's the critical stage.
Yeah, and Gaurav, what do you think about the team selection so
Also,
far?
the reason is because I would love to see Rishabh Pant play
Yeah.
because I think he is better suited than Rahul at number five at least.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, even now, when in this game, what happened was we had early collapse, and then Rahul came in, and it was like very awkward for him as well. He
Yeah,
was,
because you need someone to
hmm,
just because it's already lost, kind of lost. You just want to reach 250 or something barely, and then try to bowl well. So I think in these situations, you need someone like a predictable hitter.
hmm,
Like if you put someone like I don't know Shivam Dubey or something, he might get out in the first ball, but at least he'll go for the hit.
hmm.
But I think Rahul is a bit slow in that sense.
Yeah, I mean, he was trying to hit something. I think he hit a six as well, but then it was confusing for him to like hit or just play more balls because already a lot of balls were, we thought they were wasted, but the pitch was like that slow scoring was
But
done.
but I'm really happy about Akshar Patel batting at number five.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
is because he is the reliable batsman. He is the perfect number five player. That's why I said maybe someone like Pant is better because he's coming towards the latter end of the innings, and you need someone a bit more aggression or power.
All right. So, Gaurav, tell me so far team selection for India and overall in the series as
Yeah,
well.
I agree with Anand that KL Rahul is, I don't think he's supposed to be playing at number five or lower down the order, I mean. Because if you need a wicket-keeper batsman lower down the order, then Rishabh Pant has to be a better choice, is what I feel.
Hmm.
Other than that, since Bumrah is not playing, you have a good set of bowlers. Yes, Harshit Rana was questionable when you took him before Arshdeep Singh. But I genuinely want to see Arshdeep Singh playing
Hmm.
tomorrow in tomorrow's game because of Travis Head's uh, history with against the left arm seamers. We could see in the IPL against Mitchell Stark, against Arshdeep Singh. So I would really want to see Arshdeep in playing 11 tomorrow. And we could rather rest Mohammad Shami because I personally feel he hasn't been in great shape throughout the tournament so far.
Hmm. Yeah. So, Shoaib, tell us about your playing 11 tomorrow's game and also your review on the team selection so far.
Yeah, I think so far they have done a fantastic job, and to be honest, I think a lot of trust in the red ball which we had on Rishabh Pant translates in his wide ball performance. But if I go just by record in ODIs, I can't trust him, to be honest. Like he played the T20 final, and we got up in a very difficult situation because of Pant. Akshar and Dubey saved us was the reason. But since we won the World Cup, nobody speaks about it. And Rahul actually saved us in a 50 over World Cup, although it was a bit slow, but at least he was there. That's why we played 50 overs. But because we lost, people put the blame. Um, I agree. Like he can be a slow player, but at least you can trust Rahul more than you can trust Pant. And in such big matches, um, you don't need 350, you don't need 400. You
Hmm.
need trustable people who can take you to 250 to 75. So I think if such things happens, Rahul is the player in the middle, and we have Jadeja, we have Akshar, and we have Hardik. It's not like we don't have them, which we didn't. Like Surya was there, we were expecting him to be Hardik, but and it wasn't unfair from the side, but Surya wasn't ready for it,
Hmm.
and I don't think even Pant is ready for that. So we have Jadeja, we have Hardik and Akshar. So I think KL is better choice there.
Hmm.
Um, I personally think Sanju would have been a better because he has done things in the past, but since he is not even in the scout, so no point in bringing him up. I think for tomorrow, see, the only worry I have for Arshdeep is he hasn't played such big game
Hmm.
in 50 overs, and he hasn't played at all, like just one ODI, and that's the only reason I'm not sure. Like, and we have rested Shami in big matches in the past. We didn't get any good result because of that. Obviously, Shami is also not there winning us many big knockouts. But I think if he is fit, his shoulder is okay, then I think Shami should continue. maybe for Kuldeep we can have Arshdeep, uh, their call, but I'm not 100% thinking like Kuldeep has done something extremely well.
Hmm.
Pakistan was already hitting when he got all those wickets. It's not like he actually came and changed the game. So I think Kuldeep can be the player who can be rested for Arshdeep. But even if they go with Arshdeep over Shami, that's fine. I think he has some experience of big matches from T20. So let's see how it goes. But I think overall, from the batting side,
Hmm.
uh, not much changes needed.
Yeah, and also like only 8 or 9 overs were bowled of pace, and mostly all the overs were of spin. So also that strategy worked somehow. So is it possible like we can also swap some Shami for someone like Washington Sundar, or maybe just like play all spin? But I think
I would be okay with that for sure.
yeah, but I think Australia is way more better at batting, and also they know our spinners very well. So I think maybe Arshdeep can be a X factor that they don't know, and I don't think I still don't trust Shami with his own bowling, because I don't know, his ball is swinging, but maybe he's not in the same rhythm that he was before.
Yeah,
So
I mean, what I have observed after his comeback from injury is that he has been bowling, he has been picking wickets, but the shape we saw of
mm,
Shami in the World Cup 23,
yeah,
it's not the same. And that is why I wish that if we have to play a pacer and we have to rest somebody, it could be Shami.
mm,
Just because the Dubai's wicket, which has been playing a bit slow and not turning much, but it has been playing slow. So it would be better to keep an extra spinner rather than resting Kuldeep. It will be better to rest Shami
mm,
because Pandya is already there. So he'll be giving those 5, 8 overs if needed of a pacer, and if not, he can bowl less.
mm.
So it can be any permutation combination, but I would want Arshdeep in the playing tomorrow.
So we can all agree on one thing, that Varun Chakravarti is never getting dropped.
No, he shouldn't. He shouldn't actually.
At least not on this wicket. I think, like Gaurav said, tomorrow toss might be a big factor
Yeah.
because batting first is much better, I think.
Yeah, that's also a big thing, because against Australia, you just don't know what to do, like bat first or
But the
not
thing
bat
is, I
first.
wouldn't be so scared about the Australian bowling lineup because it's not that strong.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And with Rohit and Gill, if Rohit gets 38 from 10 balls, that's it. That is enough start for us to get a big score.
And also, Shoaib, we were talking last time about Rohit Sharma and Kohli being very vulnerable to left arm pacers, and they have a lot in their the lineup. So, what do you think? Because Spencer Johnson is also doing good up front for them. So, what do you think?
Yeah, see, they are see bowling from left hand and being that threatening like a Shaheen or Bolt or Stark is a different ball game altogether. Obviously, many times very a mediocre or part-time bowler has also took their wickets.
Hmm.
Like in World Cups, Maxwell took Rohit's wicket. But I think overall, Indian players should be worried about their own overconfidence
Hmm.
rather than the bowling attack of Australia, because so far they won mostly. See, England was a very weak side, like they lost to Afghanistan, and against Afghanistan they won. There we saw Travis said masterclass and all those things. So their batting was the reason they won in both the cases. Afghanistan after collapse also was able to make 273 and all.
Hmm.
So I think obviously it's a sign of worry, but there was also used to be a thing that India didn't have any left armor in their nets, and that's why it used to be difficult to adjust against such players. But now we have Arshdeep, so maybe they have utilized him, and they see they are big player. They understand their limitations, and we didn't see any such impact during Shaheen's play against Pakistan. They were not able to play him. So I hope like they have worked on that aspect.
And yeah, also all these things are great, but we can now come back to IPL talk as well. Rahane being the captain of KKR. So, guys, your views on it? Anyone?
I saw this coming honestly because of his performance in the Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. Uh, I first of all, when KKR bought Venkatesh Iyer for such a big amount,
Hmm.
I was expecting that it's probably because they would want him to lead the side. But when they bought Ajinkya Rahane and then we saw his performance in the Mushtaq Ali Trophy, I had a feeling that he might lead KKR,
Hmm.
and I think it's a good choice, reason being his experience and not his batting abilities. It's not as great. We all have to agree to that when it comes to T20s. But the experience Rahane brings, and I think there is enough firepower in the KKR lineup. So even if Rahane plays the role of anchoring throughout the innings, it's it's good for the team,
Hmm.
I feel.
Yeah, and what do you think?
It makes sense because they lost or Shreyas Iyer left, so they needed a captain, and I was pretty sure that they bought or they paid a high price for Venkatesh Iyer, mostly for his cricketing skills, because I think he has a lot of potential with his size and everything. Uh, I I think Ajinkya Rahane is a very misunderstood cricketer. The fact that he was the captain who led the side which won the first series in Australia,
Hmm.
first ever Test series,
Yeah.
and he was dropped, and his career was kind of over. And this is like still he's playing. He's not like retired or he's actually doing well, like you said, in
Yeah.
different tournaments.
He's
So
playing fast as well.
actually, I'm surprised that now uh, KKR is going for such approach, like getting like they don't care about age or something, which I think the only club that does is Chennai, because if you see most of the players are ignored, or players who didn't get much appreciation. For example, Robin Uthappa, who I think should have played for India for so many years.
Hmm.
When he was in KKR, he started in RCB, if you remember. He was scoring like scores like these 38 from 10 and all that when he was in RCB. Then he went to KKR and he didn't get any chance for India.
Hmm.
Similarly, Devon Convoy, Rahane, all these players. Dubey was in RCB actually,
Yeah.
and he didn't get much appreciated. Actually, I even saw one of his game and I was like, maybe he's not that good. But then in Chennai, he became like a totally different beast.
Yeah.
You're like, where was this firepower? So I think it's a good move at the end.
And Shoaib, what do you think about Rahane and his
I
captaincy?
think, see, the coach of KKR is from MP, and Venkatesh Iyer plays for MP, and he is not leading MP side ever. So maybe the coach would have said that he needs time, he needs to be a deputy. And if you look at the combination, there is a confusion whether Decock will start or Gurbaz will start. And same thing is key. Sunil Narayan hasn't been that great in all other sister franchise of KKR. So with impact player and all, you can even play Rane as just a captain and see like Dhoni, he can come and hit if required, or he can come when there is a collapse and they go with the usual power hitters, because if you see their batting order, like there is no place for Rahane as a batsman.
Hmm.
We start with one wicket keeper and Sunil. Then one down there is Angrik Raghuvanshi or Venkatesh Iyer. Two down again, one of these two. And then there is Rinku Singh, Andre Russell. So you definitely don't want Rahane to come and bat and play some balls unless there is a collapse. So I think I'm not sure whether he is gonna actually bet a lot of times or they will ask him to open and all, because they have a proven strategy that has given them result unless Sunil Narayan fails and they need a regular opener at his place. Otherwise, I think this is just for one reason, because the way KKR does their bidding, uh, in their retention they give less price or amount to the players, but due to the budgetary constraints, BCCI deduct more amount from their purse. So they have 10, 12, or I think around 15 crore something left. which they can spend on a regular captain for next year, in case Venkatesh is not ready. So I think this is more like a one season thing, and that's why they bought him at a later part. It wasn't like they were keen on having Rahane and bought him right away. So I think this is a strategy more from a point where they want to transition from Shreyas Iyer to Venkatesh Iyer or somebody else. And I think 1 year ke liye this is a great move, will help a lot for team in learning. But I hope they don't try to fit him in the batting lineup, because that may impact their core strategy of
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah, so also now in other news also, people are the commentators and all the previous retired players, they are saying that it seems like Pakistan had no home advantage, and India has the biggest home advantage, like most of the teams are playing there, and teams even after qualifying they don't know where they have to play next, Pakistan or Dubai. Even the final is still not fixed where it's going to be played, Dubai or Pakistan. So that's the thing. They are saying that India has a major advantage, and we all know this from the beginning that this could happen eventually when India starts winning. So what do you guys think on that? Is it fair? Like the tournament is fair, or what are your views overall? Like anyone?
Well, let's be honest. I feel yes, India has certain advantage playing on the same, similar or same wicket, in the same conditions. So yes, India has an advantage, but this is not something that BCCI or Team India chose. This was chosen by the Pakistan Cricket Board. So them saying that India has advantage, they could have said that yes, India will play one match in Dubai, one in Sharjah, one in Abu Dhabi. It would have been fair. But they chose this venue, so they can't really complain about it. And but yes, technically it is an advantage to India. And when it comes to Pakistan not performing in their home conditions, see, they do not have a strong side. It's as straightforward as it.
Mm.
I don't think Pakistan has enough power in their batting or bowling lineup to defeat any strong team in this tournament. They yes, they are hosting the tournament, but that doesn't mean that they have the strongest team irrespective of the conditions. Yes, they are home conditions, but you can see even their fans very disappointed with them and the performance they are giving. So it's I just feel it's just the air that needs to pass just because Indian team is performing well in a certain conditions and Pakistan isn't. So that I saw that coming honestly.
All right. And Anand, what do you think? What are your views?
I think definitely India has an unfair advantage here because the Indian board is powerful in some sense, and that's why we're not playing in Pakistan. Otherwise this wouldn't happen the other way around. Is my point. But I don't think it's like the end of the world or something where, like, it is what it is. There is someone in power, but at least you get equal chance to play the game and win the game. And if you can't win in your home country, then I don't know. You can't say you don't have the right to say anything, I guess.
Mm. Yeah, and Shoaib, what do you think?
See, I think if we talk about advantage, we have to. It's not about like India, Pakistan, UAE, Sri Lanka. It's either Asia, subcontinent versus Sena. So any Sena country playing world tournament in Sena countries, they also has advantage. It's not always about like one ground. Obviously, there is a double advantage this time, that they don't have to travel and they don't have to move around much. But even in last World Cup, we have seen that, and then Australia won, even in such condition, and we won in West Indies. So it's not like others
Exactly.
can't win. The only problem I saw in this particular approach was, the way things were decided. It was unfair for Africa, Australia, New Zealand, and all those things. Pakistan had enough chances to make things work for themselves,
Mm.
right? So Pakistan complaining, or Bangladesh or Afghanistan complaining, doesn't make sense. But yeah, if this really comes from Australia and New Zealand and South Africa, then I think ICC should also look into this matter, because earlier people, when there was an World Cup in Africa in 2003. So people didn't want to go to Zimbabwe, Namibia, and Kenya to play, and the match were forfeited, and Kenya and Namibia used to get the points.
Hmm.
But since India is at the play, uh, things see in a fair world, things doesn't have to revolve around India. At least if you are an ICC,
Hmm.
you should treat everyone fairly. So if India didn't want to go to CT, they should have allowed Sri Lanka. But even Pakistan would have said like we want India because money comes from India, Indian viewers watching it. So, but yeah, I think unfairness will obviously be there,
Hmm.
especially when India or Pakistan is hosting such trophies under such tense conditions.
All right, so that brings us to the last part of the show. Uh, let's do a quick game. This rapid fire game would be like a bit different from the rapid fires we have. This would be like कि जैसे कि मैं कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ और आप सबको एक साथ आंसर देना है, ठीक है?
Okay.
Even if you overlap, that's fine. आप सबको एक साथ में आंसर देना है, so that I'll know that at that moment what you are thinking about, and also then we'll keep scores कि किसने क्या बोला. So
But
so Champions Trophy, guys, semi-final, and who do you think is better, Kohli or Smith?
Kohli.
Kohli.
Kohli,
Oh, nice. So 3 for Kohli and 0 for Smith. Nice. So who's better, Smith or Manas?
Smith,
Smith.
Marnus.
Manas. Why Manas?
I don't know. Recently, yes, test. You should not consider this test format, but I would say Manas Labuschagne just because of I feel Steve Smith hasn't performed yet. Neither has Manas, but Steve Smith has a captaincy burden as well. I personally feel captaincy burden adds a lot to everything.
Yeah, and also Manas is taking wickets as well in his bowling, so maybe that.
Yeah.
Also, we have seen one thing that even Williamson performed really well against India. It's that the experienced people just step up at the right time. So maybe Smith, it's Smith's day tomorrow. I don't know, maybe. So next question: Hardik or Maxwell?
Maxwell.
Maxwell.
Hardik. Hardik.
Only one for Hardik, two for Maxwell. Oh, wow. Why only Hardik? Sure.
Yeah, so see, one is like he has that unique skill set of fast bowling 140 and being a batting all rounder, which we rarely seen.
Yeah, yeah.
Overall, also, but coming from subcontinent, I think last time not even like Irfan Pathan was a pure batting all rounder of that level. And second, see, when Hardik played, he has performed. You can't say like
Yeah.
Hardik didn't perform in clutch games. So that like Australia performs better in World Cups and all that mindset doesn't come when you talk about Hardik, and it was Hardik into T20 World Cup also, if you remember. So I think I can trust him nine out of 10 times against Maxwell just 6 or 7 times
Yeah,
out
but
of 10.
the thing is, even Maxwell gets injured, Australia is still playing 11. So you never know it's Maxwell Day or not. So next question: whose bowling lineup is the best, India or Australia?
India.
India, for sure.
In City India,
Yeah. All right, and batting lineup: whose batting lineup is the best, India or Australia?
India.
That's tough.
I think Australia.
Yeah, even I think Australia.
Oh, so we are expecting a bigger score tomorrow. And lastly, Rohit or Head?
Head.
Head.
Given the form head, Travis head.
If you know, you know.
No, Anand still haven't answered.
I just don't want to jinx anything, so Travis head.
I think the thing with Smith also is that, these guys are big, uh, like, uh, like final players,
Yeah.
and with Maxwell and all, there's an X factor. You never know what comes up with them. When it's like a match like this, and they want to take revenge from the 2024 World Cup.
Yeah, but the question
They,
is
But we
Rohit
even
or
we
Head?
want to take revenge from 2023 World Cup, so that makes it more exciting tomorrow.
Yeah, but
I would say it really depends. If India if India bowls first, I think we'll win for sure.
Okay. Ah, that's cool. Yeah, because India somehow, when they have the idea what they have to chase, they do better rather than just setting a target.
Because already we have this is not T20. This is like a bit more slower, you know. So you cannot just go all hard like how we went in T20. And I think we are still scared of what happened, or this can psychologically affect you because it's the same players. If
Hmm.
you get early wickets, if Gill goes out, which could be a big possibility,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. I just feel like that.
So
It's like a gut
all for
feeling
head.
that if India bat first, Gill might get out. They might just catch
See,
him anyway.
if Rohit Sharma plays 25 hours,
Yeah.
How many
no
hours?
matter
That's what I was about to
25.
say. Irrespective of whether
How
India
many?
bats first or second, it what matters the most is how Rohit Sharma starts because that sets the tone for the rest of the innings.
Hmm. I
And the pitch
am
is not good. So the first 10 overs matters more than anything.
I'm not trusting Rohit Sharma for tomorrow because two left arm seamers for Australia and yeah, it's just I think it's more on Gill and
Actually,
Iyer.
They are not as quality, if you say left
No,
arm,
they
they are not
are.
as quality seamers.
No,
even
because
Gill
he
has
thought
played
that,
in the Gujarat
but
Titans, you know, so he has some experience also.
yeah, in the last game, if you see against Afghanistan, he just bowled Gurbaz like unplayable delivery, just like Shaheen Shafiri. If you saw that game, Spencer Johnson. So I don't know, like
I'm also scared about Josh English.
yeah, English.
Uh,
yeah, on this pitch, English is very difficult to play. He has those kind of variations.
Okay, so the last question is
Sorry, I was talking about Nathan Ellis, not Josh
Nathan
English.
English.
that's what I was thinking that since when is English bowling? He's a keeper.
Yeah, no, Nathan Ellis.
You never know. Keepers are
Bill,
bowling these days. Look at Glenn Phillips. Guys, what about Glenn Phillips and his catching?
Oh my God.
Any
I
views?
have seen so many reels on Instagram when he has been compared to Brendan McCullum, and it's so perfect comparison. I
Who?
would say
English.
No,
no, Glenn
Glenn
Phillips.
Phillips. He's in GT now, so you never know.
Actually, the team that I'm really excited to watch is Punjab this time because they got also these good guys, you know, Maxwell, English, Shreyas Iyer,
Stanis,
Suryansh
Yuvi
Hegde,
Chahal.
who seems like a big
Stanis
prospective
Vadera.
player. But the player I'm actually looking forward to in the next IPL is Vaibhav Suryavanshi.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
He's
And
old.
I saw his performance in the Mushtaq Ali final. He was incredible,
He
incredible.
looks like mini Rishabh Pant.
but will he play
Yeah,
in the 11? I don't think so.
he
I think
should
he'll
play.
play. It's Rajat
Yeah,
Raina. He's very good in the pull shot and all that. He played, yeah, for Mumbai. He played very good. He had like a lot of good
Oh,
yeah. The
innings.
final
that
was
guy's
between
good. That
Mumbai
guy's
and
good.
MP.
I've seen him.
Hmm?
Yeah,
Sheikh Day is good. I've seen him.
But even Suryavanshi is, I don't know how old is he. How old is he
13.
actually?
He's 13, no?
he claims to be 13, but some reports say that he might be 15 or 16.
So what is the maximum threshold? Like, is it max 17, max 18?
I don't know. You should ask Muhammad
16,
Nabi.
16, 17.
why the max threshold like in IPL there is no age limit, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
no, no. Generally, I don't actually. Even if he's 17, I don't care because he plays like a, like I don't know, like he's better than any 20-year-olds, at least in
Yes,
terms
yes,
of
yes.
range hitting.
yeah.
So
If Arjun
Yeah,
Tendulkar is
I
playing,
would be
then
surprised if
anyone
he
can.
comes in place of Riyan Parag this season. Uh, Suryavanshi.
Suryavanshi instead of Parag, that would be a big
In
move.
a
Parag,
few matches, it can be a surprise element.
Yeah, who
So
knows?
I think if
actually,
they have early collapse, maybe he can come as an impact player, so that Parag and other hitters can play in the last 10 hours possible.
All right. So let's come back to our main discussion. And so the last question for today and the prediction for tomorrow is who will win, India or Australia?
India.
Australia. Don't. I want to say Australia only.
So two Australia, only one India.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think India, and the reason Uh, I'll tell maybe next time if India wins.
Yeah, sure, sure. We are also hoping that all the spin quadros of our India can do it this time as well, if selection permits. And I am not expecting Varun Chakravarti to be dropped after that performance. So, guys,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining. This was Cricketic podcast. Expert expats, thank you so much. Do like the video and do subscribe to the channel, and please turn on the notification for all the new episodes. Thank you so much, guys, for your support. See you later in next episode.